Hi everyone, welcome back to my aggressively niche channel. Today we have another recent pickup, but this one feels a little different because I'm about to say something that's mildly shocking. Up until recently, I owned zero hoodies. Zero. If that's not a gap in one's wardrobe, then I don't know what is. To be clear, it's not that I've never ever worn one, I just don't remember the last time that I had one in my wardrobe. So today we're talking about how I ended up choosing a hoodie from Stòffa, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, and why it wasn't an impulse decision. I first learned about Stòffa during what I'd consider the latest wave of my personal style evolution, around the late 2025, so about 9 months ago now. It was one of those slow burn brands that I'd occasionally hear mentioned here and there on a YouTube video or a podcast. What drew me and kept me coming back was their restraint. Their whole philosophy centers around thoughtful design, responsible production, and garments that age well. And I did my research. When I tend to fall down a rabbit hole, I really commit. So I watched their reviews, I followed their Instagram, I stalked their releases like it was my full-time job. At one point in January, which was last month, when they announced their first 2026 collection, I even DM'd them asking them whether this collection would lean more winter or spring, because I was ready to purchase, but I wanted the timing and the item to be right. In other words, I didn't want to make a purchase and then only regret it because there's another piece that I wish that I would have saved that money for instead. And here's what's perhaps interesting, or something that might hopefully at least resonate with you, which is that I didn't start by hunting for a hoodie. I started by deciding, okay, I want a Stòffa piece. So step one was the brand, Stòffa. And then step two was, now what do I want from said brand? That is, what item? Not the other way around. But then I realized I don't own a hoodie, not one. And if I'm going to fill a gap, then this seems like the perfect opportunity to do so. So I chose the hooded sweatshirt in bone cotton terry, which is 100% cotton. And that composition matters to me because I want fabric that breathes, that ages, that softens over time. When the new collection dropped, I panicked because I didn't immediately see the hoodie listed on the website anymore. I emailed them, I was refreshing the page, I was low-key spiraling. But then I figured out how to see prior collections. I found it and I quickly checked out. And then I refreshed the website again and they had sold out in my size immediately after. Relief about snatching the last piece doesn't even begin to describe it. If I hadn't chosen this one, I would have regretted it because I see it as a triple threat: the brand, the garment category, and the color. It falls in the same color palette that I've always gravitated towards, which is soft neutrals, earthy tones, but the form is relaxed. I spend quite a lot of time in academic spaces, in meetings, in coffee shops, writing, spaces where I think this hoodie will make me feel comfortable. This hoodie to me feels like an underdog. It's approachable and yet still intentional. Okay, but now let's talk value. So this piece is not for you if the price will make you afraid to wear it. Of course, I'm a little concerned myself, and it's not like I'm intentionally trying to stain it or anything like that, but I will still be wearing it because if you don't, then I think that defeats the purpose. And it's definitely not for you if you're looking for logo mania. There's no flash here, no obvious signaling. If you're buying this to impress someone, I suggest reconsidering and looking into other hoodies. If you're buying this because you care about material, proportion, and longevity, you'll probably love it, just as I do. And in case for context it's helpful to know, I've also considered other hoodies, namely Visbum's Jumbo Duo hoodie. That one is about 3 times the price of this one. So if this one's expensive, that one is even more ridiculous. Unfortunately though, every time I've looked into Visbum's Jumbo Duo hoodie, it's never been in stock in my size, but it's still in my wish list, just in a different color than the one that I got from Stòffa. And yes, when I invest more in something, like in this particular Stòffa piece, I just naturally care more about it. I show up differently for it. I mean, for starters, I wouldn't even be making this video about this piece if it cost a tenth, let's say, of what this one cost. I can see myself wearing this hoodie with selvage denim, which is what I typically wear on most days, with simple leather sneakers. It fills a gap. Importantly, it reduces decision fatigue because now when I want to look relaxed but still put together, I have an answer. But that's it for today's video. Let me know. Do you own any Stòffa pieces? Have you been considering the brand? What's your stake on investing in elevated basics? And as always, please don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe. But seriously, thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.